Somewhere in the world right now, two people are leaning close together. Their voices drop. Their eyes scan the room. And then they begin talking about someone who isn't there. It happens in offices, schools, cafes, villages, royal palaces, and family gatherings. We call it gossip, and most of us claim to hate it, yet almost everyone does it. Why? Why would a behavior that seems petty, rude, and sometimes harmful exist in nearly every human society on Earth? And why do our brains find it so irresistible? To understand that, we need to travel back long before smartphones, newspapers, or even writing. Imagine living 100,000 years ago. You wake up in a small group of perhaps 50 people. These people are your world. They hunt with you, share food with you, protect you, and if things go wrong, they can also betray you. There are no police, no courts, no employee reviews, no online reputation. The only thing keeping the group together is trust. But trust is fragile. Who can you rely on during a hunt? Who shares food fairly? Who steals? Who lies? Who starts fights? Knowing this information could mean the difference between survival and disaster. And that's where gossip enters the story. What looks like idle conversation today may have begun as one of humanity's most important survival tools. When people exchanged information about others, they weren't just chatting. They were building a map of their social world. A hunter who constantly cheated could be avoided. A reliable person could gain allies. A dangerous individual could be watched carefully. In a world where relationships determine survival, information about people was incredibly valuable. In some ways, gossip became social intelligence, but something even more interesting was happening inside the human mind. Humans are pattern-seeking creatures. Our brains are constantly asking, who can I trust? Who has status? Who belongs? Who doesn't? We are obsessed with social information because, for most of our history, social information was survival information. Missing a clue about a predator was dangerous. Missing a clue about a dangerous person could be just as costly. This may explain why hearing gossip often feels impossible to ignore. The brain treats it like important data. Not because we're evil, because we're human. But gossip had another hidden function. It helped groups enforce rules. Imagine someone repeatedly taking more food than everyone else. Instead of confronting them directly, people talk. The story spreads. Reputations form. Social pressure grows. Without a single law being written, behavior begins to change. Gossip became a kind of invisible social control system, a way for communities to reward cooperation and discourage selfishness. Yet here's the twist. Most gossip isn't actually negative. When researchers study conversations, they often find that people spend huge amounts of time simply discussing other people's actions, relationships, successes, failures, and decisions. In other words, gossip isn't always about tearing people down. Often it's about understanding how the social world works. It's how humans learn, who's respected, who's trusted, what behavior is acceptable, what mistakes should be avoided. For thousands of generations, gossip quietly transmitted social knowledge from one person to another. But there is an irony. The same ability that helped humans build cooperation can also destroy it. The same stories that strengthen trust can spread lies. The same social intelligence that protects communities can become a weapon. And perhaps that's why gossip has survived for so long. It isn't a flaw in human nature. It's a tool, a powerful one, and like every powerful tool, it can build or break depending on how it's used. Which raises an uncomfortable question. The next time we hear a rumor, share a story, or whisper a name that isn't present, are we passing along truth? Or are we simply doing what our ancestors did around ancient campfires thousands of years ago, trying to figure out who can be trusted in a world that has become far larger than the human brain was ever designed to understand?